Shannon, because I follow you on Twitter and you follow the details of these things very carefully in order to debunk all the Republican arguments about why we should make sure that mass murderers are able to get these guns. I know more details than I think I need to understand what this is. It's very obvious what this is. Someone like this could go buy this mass murder weapon legally and use it whenever he wanted to.
That's exactly right. And as you said, the details are still unfolding, but it's eerily similar to what we've seen time and time again, from Uvalde to Buffalo to Charleston to Parkland and on and on. You know, if you look at the shootings since 1966 in this country, about 190 shooters have killed over 4 people in public places. 5 of those shooters were women. The rest were all men. And 40% of them were between the ages of 18 to 29. Now, there are other countries and peer nations that are full of disgruntled young men. Only America gives them easy access to arsenals and ammunition. And that's what we saw in this case. It appears to be the case that this person had easy legal access to weapons of war and used them to destroy an entire community.
You know, when these events happen, I know what we're going to do, and I know what we're going to do on programs like this, and I know we're going to say the same words or versions of the same words that we said before. And it seems like the people who need to hear it do not hear it, refuse to hear it. I want to put up that photograph again of this police officer in Highland Park and what he was dealing with yesterday. And Shannon, at various points in our history, the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s, there were certain photographs that told the story more powerfully than any speech anyone could give. And this photograph, for me, I hope is one of those photographs, that this police officer should not have seen what he had to see, should not be having to deal with what he has to deal with. The community he serves should not be suffering this. And yet the words we say do not get through to the people who are enabling this to happen.
The photograph is stunning, and it's tragic. And the stories that are coming out, including the parents of a toddler who were killed, leaving this 2-year-old an orphan. This community is traumatized forever. In fact, I think our nation is traumatized right now. I think we are all dealing with trauma from gun violence that happens every single day. 110 people are shot in this country, hundreds more are wounded. And it's not just mass shootings, right? It's the daily gun violence that is killing Americans. And just down the street from Highland Park in Gary, Indiana, 10 people were killed and wounded at a cookout, at a barbecue for the 4th of July. So this is a crisis in this country. And Lawrence, I understand the frustration, I do, but I also want to be clear that we are making progress. I wouldn't wake up and do this work every day as a volunteer for 10 years if we weren't. We have passed laws all over the country, hundreds of them, that save lives. Today, 100 Moms Demand Action volunteers were with Governor Murphy in New Jersey as he signed sweeping gun reform legislation into law. They are passing policies through city councils in places like Virginia and Colorado, and even lower than that, it's school boards. You know, when Ohio's governor signed a permitless carry bill into law, and then when he signed a law allowing teachers to be armed, school boards stood up and said, no, not in our school district. You will not endanger our students. So things are happening, progress is happening, but we do need everyone to use their voice and vote on this issue.
Shannon Watts, I needed to hear your determination and your version of optimism about this tonight, because I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this photograph of Kevin McCarthy, 37 years old, his wife Irina, 35 years old, both killed, leaving the orphan 2-year-old who you mentioned to be brought up now by the grandparents. And I have no words to follow what I'm seeing in this shooting this time. And so thank you very much for delivering what we needed to hear tonight. Thank you very much, Shannon.
Thank you.